And in spite of his handicaps and in spite of his insecurities, God decided to use him anyway. I had a woman one time ask me, so you saying God uses imperfect people? I said, that's all he has to choose from. Amen. Go through all out the Bible. I don't have time today, but you can go throughout the Bible. And all of the great men and women of God in the Bible, even the disciples, had flaws and issues and insecurities and fears and doubts and unbeliefs and all these things. You are not different just because you struggle with something. Amen. And in this text, Moses was still wrestling with God about the call for him to return to Egypt and lead the children of Israel out of slavery. And this really uncovers his fear and his self-doubt and his lack of confidence in his own ability to lead them out. And then God poses this question, what's in your hand? And Moses responds back to the Lord, and the Lord said to him, well, throw it on the ground. And when he threw the stick on the ground, it became like a snake, and the verse said, and Moses fled. Now, I don't blame you. If I'm holding a stick in my hand and God tells me to throw it on the ground and that thing turns into a serpent, you're going to see me run like I stole something. Amen. But notice before God could use it, it required Moses to go back and confront his fear and pick it back up again. Then the Lord said, reach out your hand, take it by the tail. So Moses reached out, took the serpent, and turned it back into a stick in his hand. A stick. A normal, average stick. A common stick that looks so ordinary that you can find them anywhere at any time. Those of you that are a little bit older in age, how many times did your mom or daddy say, go get me a switch? Went from a switch to a beating real quick. And what God was trying to teach Moses, and what God is trying to teach us, is that he can take something that looks so ordinary, that looks so common and so normal, and if he can get it out of your hand and do something supernatural with it, if you get your fingerprints off of it. Some of you have relationships with people, and God is saying, if you'll take your hand off of it, if you'll get your fingerprints off of it, I'll put my fingerprint on it.